and Chris Griffith. What's going on, fellas?
Not much, man. Just hanging out. How about yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. I really wanted to get you on here to talk about this massive event you got going on. It's the North American Invitational. Seems to be your new. It's kind of your staple, right? That's what you're doing.
Yep.
Started with the 170, or was it 76? The first
54.
one. 54. That's right. And that went off with a bang, right? I mean, it was.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, everybody was in it. I mean, everybody was watching it. Getting all those guys together is phenomenal. So I really like what you're doing. The 98 is very cool. You got a ton of guys in there. I actually I saw all your all the match order, right? I went through it all. Man, it's tough to call that. Like everywhere through it. I mean, right off tops, I want to lean like Adam, Eli, Merlot, but after seeing Tulia down in Mississippi last weekend, man, he's definitely not to be messed with either. So,
No.
so what goes on to getting all these guys? How do you pull off getting 12 of the top guys in the country at one spot?
Man, honestly, if you would have told me I would have been able to pull it off, I didn't think that. I mean, you know how hard it is to get that many elite guys in one spot.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, especially in today's world of arm wrestling where, you know, the elites want to be paid. And it's understandable that they want to be paid. They deserve to be paid. But at the same time, these guys that are in this value competition, it seems like. So the opportunity to pull everybody all at the same event, I guess just outweighed a lot. And, I mean, the prize money's there, too. Don't get me wrong. But a lot really didn't even ask about prize money, you know. It was just who all's in it. Oh, I'm in, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, but I mean, as far as how I pulled them, man, just connections, bro. I always try to go out of my way to be good to everybody, you know. I try to make no enemies, you know. I'm cool with everybody, no matter what, no matter anybody's beliefs. If you establish the connections, people look at you and they want to come to your events.
Right. I think you probably had a lot tougher time with the 155 one because it was the first one. And now that you have that generated where people know the buzz behind it and they know what's going on, it probably got a lot easier to get those people involved, no?
I think it's like a snowball effect. Like, you know, with the 154, you had Hunter and you had Cody, you know, they jumped on board. And when the top guys see those other top guys jump on board, it just another one jumps on and then another one jumps on and then it just rolls down. And then eventually you got 30 guys who want in that you have to tell no.
Right. That's a good problem to have, though.
Oh,
yeah.
Man. It's just the 54 one was cool, man. It was one of the best experiences I've ever had. And I was in it, didn't originally plan to be in it. I kind of just took someone's spot because they had to bail last minute. And, but man, it was such a great experience.
You did pretty good too, man.
Bullshit.
Yeah, I did all right. It's hard, you know, when you're running an event and competing.
Oh yeah.
Your mind's not there all the way, but that's no excuse. I tried to really lock in on that once it was time to compete. It was a blast, even though I got my butt whooped a little bit, you know. It was enjoyable.
You could take those losses. Those are some guys you could take losses to, you know.
Right. Man, is it dark in here?
Yes,
yeah, it is.
You want to get out? Let me get out. Let's get out real quick. Maybe it's a little bit brighter.
Oh, yeah.
That's my bad.
Because it's all good.
There we go. If I have to stand straight.
All right.
So with this 98, what do we got? We got the number 1, number 2. I mean, I guess it's hard to judge. Armfighter does 210, 190, so.
Yeah. So I guess with Armfighter, you're probably going to fluctuate between the 190 and the 210 a little bit. And as far as where they're ranked, I know it fluctuates so much. It's hard to say. I know Brandon Elsesser's up there, and he's not in it. Daniel Mosier, he's not in it. But those are really the only 2 top guys that you're really missing.
Yeah, and Mosier's kind of been inactive for a little bit, so
yeah.
I mean, it's just the top of the top. So, and then you also have another one coming up after that. So, are you just going to keep rocking and rolling? That's what our hope.
Yeah, that's what our hope is, you know, and we understand that the heavier the class, the harder it's going to be, you
To
know.
fill it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's going to be ridiculous.
When you get to 242s and supers, well, are you really going to have your top 10 guys? You know, I don't know. A lot of them, you know, they want to get paid, and I understand, but you know, for us right now, just starting out, we're coming out of pocket with this stuff, you know.
Some of those
Which
guys
is
are
cool.
getting paid overseas money too, so like
Yeah,
it's a little different, you know.
yeah. So it's like you can't really expect them to, you know, put themselves in a vulnerable spot by maybe losing out on an overseas event. I understand that.
Yeah, definitely. But they're gonna show up, man. I mean, here's the thing. Like, obviously, you're not gonna get maybe the elite to show up. Like, there might not be
Yeah,
a Brezink and Todd Hutchings. You know, you're not getting those guys. But
right.
that doesn't mean you can't get the top. You know, the top hungry guys in there. Maybe a couple.
Yeah, and that's the goal. And man, really, so we got the 76 planned in March. It's already locked in and loaded. Like pretty much everyone's locked in. And then we just partnered up with Tim Talmadge. We're going to take the 220s to Arizona. I guess we're going to do that at Arizona State.
Right.
You know, so we're really trying to branch out because, you know, we live here in Tennessee, but we understand not everyone wants to come to Tennessee 4 times a year, you know. So let's branch out and take this, you know, all over the country.
Gotcha. Yeah, depending on where in Tennessee, it's not so bad for me. But
Right.
but I mean, a difference of about 4 hours too. So
right. But I mean, our goal really is we want to get out and really build this brand, you know, because it's not about us. We're really making it about the guys who are in this, you know.
Right.
We're a puller first type, you know. All the sponsorship that we got, all the entry money, we all put every bit of it back, you know, 100% back towards the prize money. Like we're not taking anything, you know. We're really trying to make this worth the guys' while.
yeah, you should be able to get some more sponsors jumping on board too once you're building it up.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you're doing a good thing. There's so many eyes on it. You know.
Yeah.
Right. We're working on it. It's just rough. It's like you get one yes to every 10 no's. So I mean, it's really rough trying to get out there and hustle them sponsors. You got to pave the pavement every day. I mean, it's just rough, but we're trying.
Hey, if you're getting 1 out of 10, man, you're doing really good.
Oh yeah.
You know, you'd be about a 1 out of 100. Normally, you know. Uh-oh, I lost you.
I will say someone I have to shout. All right, we back. My fault.
I got you. You're good.
All right.
What I was saying is I have to say one person I have to shout out is Bob Brown. Like that man has really supported everything we're doing. I mean, he's gave money even in a round robin that he's in. You know what I'm saying? Like even a round robin, he's considered maybe the underdog. He knows, but he's really supported us the most out of anybody, and I really got to shout him out.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he's definitely going to go in an underdog, but a very capable underdog, you know?
I agree.
Especially as of lately. Bob Brown has looked extremely strong, extremely fucking technical, too. So, yeah, he's always in it. And he's going to make a bad day for some other people, too.
Oh, yeah.
I've found myself really low-key cheering for him. I hope he does well.
Yeah, he's got that style to kind of really lock some people up and wear them out. So it does throw in some kinks into that round robin style, you know, or at least that structure. Yeah. Adam though is a freaking monster, you know, and obviously even on the world level he's doing good.
Yeah, he was actually the first one to jump in. Like I mean, I guess you could say Robbie jumped in. Uh-oh, am I losing him again?
Oh, you're all right. You're a little glitchy, but I'm hearing you fine.
It might be my Wi-Fi. Like, let me walk closer. Let's walk closer to the truck so my Wi-Fi can come up. I don't know why I'm not getting my Wi-Fi.
Is that better?
Let's see. Maybe.
I don't know. I'm hearing you fine.
Okay.
But
yeah, I mean, Adam was one of the first ones to jump in. Him and Robbie, obviously, but Adam, he wanted it. Like he showed no hesitation. He's hungry. Right. He's not afraid to prove it.
No.
Yeah, I mean, just looking. I got your flyer up right here. Just looking at the guys. I mean, This is going to be an amazing event, man. I'm really glad that you guys put this together. I'm really looking forward to seeing it for sure. Just any of these matches, it's crazy to look at them and like anything could happen.
Yeah,
I know
and
you're the promoters, and I always, when I'm promoting, I try to get away from my picks. Would you have a top three? Do you have like who you think would end up in the top three?
So we actually went live with Corey when we set the bracket. We did it, a drawing style where I drew a number and, drew a name, and we matched it that way. So it's random. And we actually did a little prediction, and honestly, my prediction since that video has changed because I feel like Craig has really turned it up a notch. I feel like Jason Merlot, I kind of slept on him in my original predictions. I mean, I saw what he did to Nicholas Nanestad, and yikes.
Yeah, and he, I think it was Lefty, but Merlot and Brent Rockers had a real good match at Worlds at IFA that ended on fouls. It wasn't a pin. They were locked in the middle, and I think Merlot ended up double elbow fouling or something. So, I mean, they were right there, too.
Yeah, man. So I slept on him, in my original prediction. So, and I felt bad. Like, I didn't predict Steven as much as I thought I should, but I don't really know Steven too well. And maybe that's more of a missing knowledge type prediction. I'm sure he'll do fine, and I'm sure he's very capable of, pulling wins. So I don't know on that front. But my original top three was, I believe it was Craig, Artem. I think I had Artem winning in a pull-off match against Craig. And who was my third? Maybe Adam?
I believe it was.
Yeah, Artem's definitely can mix it up in there because of his style. That's the same thing for Steven Logsdon. He's got that real weird style that he can kind of compete with anybody.
Okay.
He came through. I remember it was a few years ago, but I think it was Strongest Badge 4. He entered a 242 class, and he was like 210, and I think there was 24 guys in it, and he finished 6th, and there was some killers in there, So he can definitely. I mean, he got a win on Gellings that day, and a couple other tough guys. So he's definitely can mix it up. But yeah, Craig Toulier looked close to unstoppable at that weight in Mississippi last weekend.
I think Craig's the favorite, probably. I really do. He's just so explosive, And at the same time, if you tie him up, he's still got that surge that is like,
yeah, he's strong.
You're not going to tie me up. Yeah, you're not going to tie me up for long, The only thing with Craig is the reffing,
Yeah,
he is going to foul.
On the table.
Right, he is going to foul, and we are going to have strict reffing. It's not going to be, missing a lot of things. We tried to get the best refs we possibly could.
Who do you got?
Tim Talmadge, Patrick Bear, I think.
Yep, Barry.
And man, it's one of the other guys that are with him.
Bill Onifre.
That's him. Yes.
Yep.
So those are going to be our three, for the round robin. And then, we got other refs, but they're going to be for more of the event. But yeah, I mean, those are three solid refs, and I think they'll do a great job.
Yeah, no, they're definitely solid, and that's good. You got to have good refs for these type of events because you have this caliber of matches. You can't have them in weird or something like that.
I mean, you can look at the 54 one. That's a very questionable ending.
Yeah,
right or wrong, things happen, reffing happens, but I don't want it to end that way,
Yeah, nobody
so
does,
if we can prevent that. Yeah.
Tell you what, man, you can't sleep on Eli Broward. That's for sure.
That's another one I don't know too much about, but I have heard that he's legit.
He is definitely legit. He's been coming up, and he is super explosive and strong too. So he's going to definitely cause some problems in there.
Robbie actually was like, "Hey, this man deserves to be in there. We need to send an invite to him."
Yeah, they've pulled, I think, right?
I don't know if they have, but I think he's seen him at least pull. So I'm not sure, if they've pulled a match or not.
I mentioned that match for Strongest Badge at one point.
I got you.
When he was wanting to go up from 190 to 210.
Yeah.
So yeah, Robbie. I mean, Robbie's a stud too. So, and you got what? Dallas?
Robbie is a stud. I think Robbie can win matches that maybe people won't expect. But, you know, if I'm being critical of him, he might lose a match that he's not expected to lose to, you know. He's more so like he could beat anybody in the whole damn round robin, but also he has tendencies to maybe get up there and like forget the hit or, you know, hang on to someone who's took his hand when, you know, just get to the straps. But his pride gets to him to a little bit.
Yeah, Robbie said he did pull Eli at Kentucky Muscle.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, I mean, I think Quinlan's probably fighting uphill in this one.
Yeah, I think in my original predictions, I don't think I had him, you know, getting a win. And I hate saying that.
You can't take away the hunger from some of these guys that are lower in it. And you could probably speak for that too, right? Because when you jumped into that 55, you were probably one of the lower guys, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I expected. I'm pretty sure I told somebody if I could finish top 8, I'd be okay with that. Because, you know, I was ranked like 20th.
Yeah.
So,
but there's a hunger there, right? It's different.
Say that again?
There's a hunger there when you're lower and you have the opportunity to beat some of these big guys that
and it's a little bit,
have, you know?
A little bit of pressure taken off of you, too, because you ain't got nothing to lose. You know,
Yeah,
go up there with – Exactly.
Chad Silvers is one that I know he's one of the top guys for sure, but like you said with Eli and Steven, I think it's one of those things where I'm just not overly familiar with him. And I don't know how active he's been. I know he just doesn't travel too much, I think, but has he been active?
So he's pulled my tournaments the last few times. He actually beat Robbie in the 198 class at my tri-state event, which was in March. Robbie beat him the first time, and then Chad came back and beat him twice. So he's a bad dude, bro. I mean, he is now. I mean, he's kind of overshadowed because him and Adam are partners, like they're training partners, and they're also in the same class. So Adam has kind of ascended himself above that. But you can't sleep on him. Like he's a legend, man. Like he's won in the 138s and the 143. He's like Craig, man. He's won in every class.
Yeah, he's been around forever.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then what do you got? Eduardo Tiete we haven't touched on?
Yeah, Eduardo. And he's always, sticky.
Yeah, he's always a problem, you know, and he's one of those guys too that'll turn out and ruin somebody's day. You know, they're in a match with him and it's like it shit goes on forever and all of a sudden they're beat.
Right.
But there's a lot of those guys in here. There's a lot of them.
Yeah, man. I think I mean, my goal with these round robins were I wanted to create an event where anything could happen, you know. Like, I could literally see any mixture of those 12, you know, in any order. I really could. That was the goal, man. Go into an event where people don't know what's about to happen, you know. Even in East
you've done it, man. You've done it. You really pulled it off, I'll tell you, man. I've been around for a little bit, and this is just really cool what you guys got going on.
Yeah, man.
I hope you stick to it. Just kind of make it your thing, you know.
That's what we're trying to do, man. Yeah. That's what we're trying to do.
I mean, nobody else is doing it, and if you get ahead of them, nobody will be able to do it because you have it on lock. So,
right.
I mean, I think it looks good. What do you got? You got Holiday Inn Express. Is that the hotel that people can book at?
Yep. And if they can book before September 29th, they can get the discounted rate. Right. That's where all the round robin pullers are hanging. You know, we're going to be there. It's going to be lit.
Yeah, so you definitely want to get the host hotel, not only for being around everybody and just being in the right spot, but just to support the event. I'm sure it helps to get the people to go to the host hotel for the event itself.
Oh, yeah.
So save the money.
And it's like a solid mile from the venue, so it's not far at all.
Oh, yeah, so you could walk if you really wanted to.
Right.
You're probably not going to, but you could.
No.
So you're going to do these on Friday night, and then you got a tournament afterwards?
No, so we're going to run the round robin Saturday morning.
Oh, okay.
We're going to do the press conference Friday night, kind of like what we did in the 54s. Mm-hmm. Man, another thing, that was, you know, it was just us 12 guys sitting around on a bar stool passing around the mic, but it was such a cool experience to hear everyone's perspective on the event. You know, I didn't know how it was going to turn out, what people would say, but like every person's perspective was different. and it was really nice to just listen to everyone what they thought of it, and it was cool, man. I'm really excited to see what these 98 guys say, because I think they'll have a little bit more, a little bit more shit talk.
Are you going to do that press conference live?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep.
Is that on your
It'll
channel?
be Friday. Yeah, it'll be on my channel. That I think we're going to run the round robin live on 217, just, because he's filming it, and I don't want to take views away from him.
Right.
So I feel like, I told him we could run it on his, so he can at least recoup some of those views.
Nice. Yeah, there's something about that with Brad. I mean, Brad's videos are top notch. You got that, but I'm guilty too. If I watch the live and I've already seen it, it's hard for me to go back and rewatch videos sometimes. So I can definitely see where it causes them some issues.
Yeah, and we had that happen where we had a film crew come in at the 54s, and I went live on mine, and I think my live got like 8,000 views, and their
nice.
Edited videos were only getting like 1,000. So I'm like, okay, we need to figure out something, because I want to take care of the film crew too, because they're doing this for a reason.
Right.
Oh yeah. No, that'll be awesome to see. I'm glad Brad's there. I know he's not doing as much anymore, so it's good to have him around.
Dude, his videos are top notch, man.
Dude, unbelievable.
I don't see how he does.
I was one of the first guys to ever hire him. I saw one video he did in Kansas City, and I was like, "That's my guy. I gotta have this guy." So,
you want to go up to the porch so we can get some light?
No matter.
Give me 1 second, buddy.
Yep. Yes, sir.
It's getting dark here. I forgot you're an hour behind us.
Yeah. So you are on the far side of Tennessee then.
All right. Now we're better.
Spotlight and everything.
Yeah.
So what's the venue? Is it at?
So who do you think though? Like who would your top three be?
My top three, and it probably could change. Again, it's hard to go. I didn't have Toulier in there, but now it's tough, man. I think I'm gonna have to say Adam, Toulier, Eli. But I don't even know if I could stick with that, man. I look at Artem and I think about his style. He could end up in less wars than some of these guys. Same thing for Steve Logsdon. Their styles could help them navigate through this a little better. I feel like Dallas's style will hurt some other people, but it's not going to work into his favor as well either, because he's got to do that over and over and over again.
Right.
I think Robbie's got a good shot too to mix it up, because he's just his length and the way his hand is and how he pulls. And Adam could get worn out, but I just feel like he's so solid. I would have to say Adam, Craig, Eli. But
that's solid three.
Yeah.
It's a solid three.
I might be a little biased to Eli too. That's my guy, but
it's hard not to be when you're around the guys.
It's just that style. I look at that style with what's going to go on, and he's going to cause some problems. So that's how I look at Artem and Steve too. So, and then Merlo was in my top three originally. So, I mean, that dude's long, tall, strong.
I think
it's crazy.
I think the 98 is more deep than the 54s. I think you could pretty much pick the top four for the 54s, or at least the top five, top six.
I think I did.
The 98s, there's like 8 guys that could fluctuate in the top 8 to me.
You know what? I didn't have Cody Wood in that 54, so he surprised me. I thought he was going to be a little too green for that. He was impressive, highly impressive. So I did not have him.
Cody's good.
Yeah, I had Dylan, I had Hunter, and a Roman. So, but Cody's the one that surprised me. But here, I guess one thing I didn't think about was, are any of these guys having to do any kind of big weight cuts?
As far as I know, I'm trying to think who would
be the biggest guy, huh?
Who's that?
Adam. Eli?
Yeah, they would probably be the biggest. Robbie's like 205. So
yeah, Robbie's a 98 guy. I think Merlot too can make it no problem. Steve will make it. Eduardo's under that for sure. Tulier's
Bob's
under
it. So yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think it's solid. Like I think it's everyone's around that weight, and we're doing weigh-ins like Friday at 2. You know, so they got to solid like almost 20. Well, not really 24 hours. They got about 18 hours to recoup everything.
Well, that shouldn't affect anything then. So
Nah, we want to give everybody enough time. You know, go do what they got to do. Everybody be 100%. No excuses.
I think they're all
It
ready.
was yeah, it was crazy, man. Like the 54s, almost all those guys came back weighing 170.
Wow. I can't even make that weight back. But I mean, they're probably all that weight normally, so that's not that crazy. I mean, Hunter's a big guy. You know?
Hunter's a big guy now, especially. You know, I've seen him where he's not, but now he's different now. But they were freaking in the sauna for like 3 hours all together. Literally, all the contestants were in there together, holding each other up. It was cool. It was like we're about to go to war, but we're gonna help each other through this. You know.
Probably got Dylan Burns cheering him on.
Yeah.
Weighing 145. You know?
Dylan was by far the smallest guy.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. He was probably trying to gain weight for that. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. It was. It was a great time, man. It was.
It was a blast. I couldn't ask for nothing better. It was great. The show was awesome. Just watching it from where I was at, you know, looking at it from where Laray was at, it was a whole lot better on my side than where he was at.
Yeah.
Yeah, to actually enjoy it, not be working it, pulling it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a great show, man. I appreciate you guys putting it on. It's Battle on the Ridge 2.
Yep.
Yes.
And Tennessee, which city? Oak Ridge, right? Oak Ridge, Tennessee. Be
Yep.
sure to book your Holiday Inn Express before the 29th. Is that what you said, 29th of this month?
Yeah, I believe
Yes.
it's the 29th. Yep.
Make sure you stay with all these guys. Be a part of the action. Save some money. I think I'm going to have to try to make this one. So.
Yeah, man, come on out, bro.
Should.
We'd love to have you.
For sure, for sure. So, anything else before we go, fellas?
Nah, man. I mean,
just stay tuned. We've got some more stuff coming. Just hang in there. Just hang on just a little bit longer.
yeah.
We've got some other stuff coming.
I think you got everybody tuned in. So that's what you got.
So,
Just
yeah, so before the round robin, we'll have a couple announcements that should be pretty good. You know, I think a lot of people will like it.
awesome. Well, I'm looking
Yeah,
forward
man.
to it, man. I appreciate you guys. I wish you luck on the endeavor. Do great on the do great on the event, and I do plan on being down there. So hopefully I'll be able to talk to you guys down there and enjoy it with you.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Come on out, brother.
Sweet.
Awesome. Thanks, guys, for talking to me, and we will talk soon.
Thanks
Yes,
for
sir.
having us on. We appreciate it.
No problem. Laray Jenkins, Chris Griffith, Battle on the Ridge 2. Get it.
Yes, sir.